Let's continue our conversation about Eskom and that power crisis right now. Energy analyst Adil Nchabeleng joins us in studio. Adil, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. So stage 6 load shedding is historic for this country. Things don't seem to be getting any better. Why?
Eskom is actually a catastrophe which was already predicted a long time ago. Stage 6 is not new. It's going to happen, and if nothing gets fixed, we're going to get into a stage 8, and then before you know it, they're going to just come and take your cables at home, you know, because they can't give you power. So
they might as well do that because they can't give us the power. So government has put so many things in place to try and counter Eskom's failures, but that doesn't seem to be working just yet because they would argue that it's still the early stages of this rollout plan. Are there any alternatives to save us while this so-called grand plan on government's part actually is rolled out?
In the power sector, there are no alternatives. Power stations take years to build, and power stations that need to actually be operating today, which is baseload power stations, coal, nuclear, gas, as well as diesel and others, will take long. Coal, nuclear is the largest build. So if you want baseload, 24 hours, 7 days a week, you're going to be stuck with the current coal as well as nuclear. New coal is currently available. Government is not investing in it, and that's a big problem right now. But if you want to talk about supplementary energy, like renewables, it's supplementary, but it's not available all the time. It is not 24/7. It's only available 20% of the required time throughout the given life plan of that particular project.
Yeah. How did we get to this point? We all know that it had a lot to do with corruption, but was it only that?
Look, corruption was just an aspect relating to Medupi-Kusile power build spend. The real issues right now in Eskom is maintenance, is the aging of plant, which they know about, which you need to budget for, which you need to provide facilities in terms of income to make sure that there is money spent on maintenance. Right now, what is currently happening is showing that there is serious deep management failure. The inability to can plan ahead of time, to can manage the crisis happening. Power plants are breaking down. It's like an old car that needs to be repaired, maintained, and needs to be refurbished. There hasn't been any strong refurbishment happening at plants. There hasn't been strong maintenance. There hasn't been operations supervision of what is going on in plants. I mean, we hear of corporate restructuring processes. The whole unbundling has nothing to do with power plants, has nothing to do with generation. It's an artificial corporate process that is just going to be looking at headcount, looking at how they can restructure the books of the company, break up the company into 3 units, but they are not looking at the core aspect, which is producing electricity. To produce electricity, you need fire burning. You need massive power stations running across the country, and you need to be building brand new stations. There hasn't been strong brand new stations been built. Eskom is still running on an apartheid fleet. This is the situation we're sitting with right now.
You reckon we have a bunch of useless people actually working at Eskom?
Look, to say useless, it will be extreme. But
well,
anyway,
we have stage 6
in relation to what is currently happening, I think there has been serious management negligence. The board needs to be fired. The CEO currently, who is anyway on the outgoing, needs to really take considerate blame for what has happened throughout his tenure as the group CEO, as well as chair of the company. And again, we need to look at why have they allowed maintenance budgets never to be prioritized. That's a critical issue right now within Eskom.
And what about government's oversight role here? Is government failing us as well?
Absolutely. Government has not been able to even comprehend the crisis that is happening at Eskom. We have advised on considerable moments on what needs to be done. The issue is power plants based. It's mechanical, it's technical, it needs people to be on site, it needs to be people to be on power stations, it needs thorough planning at a corporate level, and that has not been happening within Eskom. They've been really dilly-dallying and really doing mudslinging around corporate-related issues, firing people that are capable, not replacing them with capable quality skills, interfering on every level process. So what do you expect? You're running a car without maintenance and service. What's going to happen? It's going to break down at the end of the day. So that's what we're sitting with right now. Eskom shutting down, breaking down. But there are people who are saying this particular breakdown and shutdown is related to the need to push Eskom into a rescue situation whereby it's no longer tenable and has to be disposed of and be privatized. If that is the scenario, then it's a really most bizarre, most ridiculous scenario. And it's not funny anymore because we are all affected by Eskom when there is no power and lights. 5 hours of load shedding. I mean, that produces a level of mental insanity among the population. There is craziness going on because people are furious. How are they going to carry on with their lives?
Exactly. I'm very interested to see what the president actually comes back from Egypt to do. Hopefully we'll see some sort of intervention. now, not in the future. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
That is energy analyst Adil Nchabeleng.